If you're not happy with your email marketing and it is failing to deliver results that you want, then this video right here is going to be perfect for you, because I'm going to be breaking down the main reasons why your email marketing performance is not where you want it, and also how to fix it, okay? So with that being said, let me dive right into it. But before, who am I? I'm the owner of Klaviyo Consulting, an e-commerce email marketing agency that has worked with over 100 brands at this point, and we've generated over $30 million in revenue in different industries, blah, blah, blah. These are my socials. This is my newsletter. Subscribe if you want. But with that being said, let me dive right into the first point, which is essentially auditing the funnel, identify the real bottleneck. Before you start tweaking subject lines or redesigning email templates or whatever, step back and zoom out. Most underperforming email marketing is not caused by one single thing. It's caused by a breakdown in the overall customer journey. So my first piece of advice would be to look out for list growth slowing down. Then it means there's a traffic acquisition issue, your low flow revenue, there's a broken or weak automations, campaigns not converting. It means there's poor content or segmentation, open rates dropping. It means the deliverability or there's a problem with deliverability or a list health issue. So first things first, before I dive into different points, run a full funnel audit, look at list growth, flow performance, campaign engagement, subscriber activity over the last 30 to 60 days. You cannot fix what you don't understand. So that's my first point, kind of high level, but really important. Make sure you have an audit. You do an audit of your entire strategy right now. Of course, if you want a team of professionals to do this for you, there's going to be a link to my Calendly in the description box below. You can just go ahead and book it and work for you. So second point here, which is probably one of the biggest mistakes, biggest bottlenecks in email marketing accounts, is the pop-up. Bad email marketing often starts with bad email acquisition. If your list is underperforming, the issue may be that the people you're adding are not high intent, or you're not adding enough people. Or worse, they're not converting at all, pretty much, right? So a high converting pop-up needs a strong, clear offer, incentive, so free gift, mystery discount, not just like 10% off for the most part, depends on the industry. 2, mobile and desktop custom triggers, so exit intent for desktop, and then time delay and or scroll percentage trigger for mobile. 3, short and persuasive copy. 4th, clean, frictionless design. And then 5th, if you can, it'd be awesome, you can collect zero-party data at the pop-up level, asking a couple of questions. For example, here, this is a skincare company. They're asking what's their primary skincare focus, and then by you answering this, they will tailor the journeys accordingly to your biggest pain point. And of course, the copy is going to resonate way more with you, right? A/B test your offer and triggers immediately. The pop-up is often the highest ROI thing you can actually optimize, and it's the lowest hanging fruit, essentially. If you're not converting at least 5% to 7% of your traffic, you're leaving a ton of money on the table. I can guarantee you that. So first things first step, fix your pop-up, all right? Now, moving on, we've got third point, which is building or revamping your entire core flow infrastructure. Too many brands rely on half-built or default flows. This is where a huge chunk of revenue dies, right? If your automations are not performing, are underperforming, or barely exist, start here. Must-have flows are the welcome series. The goal with this flow right here is to convert website signups, so convert prospects into paying customers. Length, at least 5 to 6 emails long. This is going to be by far the most profitable flow and the most valuable one for prospect education and nurturing. Make sure this flow is completely dialed in. I cannot stress this enough. So kind of the mistakes to avoid with this flow right here, not using dynamic codes, smart sending is on, double opt-in is on, a short welcome sequence, not having urgency, not covering multiple USPs, and introducing the founders and brand mission, and then not tagging people in the flow to exclude them from campaigns. And the content buckets you can utilize here for this specific flow are the following. First things first, for email number 1, welcome plus incentive offer in pop-up. You don't need to overcomplicate this first email. It's made to convey the offer, the discount code ASAP. Email number 2, meet the team founders, brand mission, values, stories, unique selling points, what makes you guys different, what to expect, Email number 3, social proof email. Goal here is to get people over the line, testimonials, PR, awards, influence, collaborations. If you collect the zero-party data, you can set up conditional splits here at this stage, this email, to further personalize, or you can do it here in the first email as well. It's really up to you. Email number 4, product information, showcase best sellers. You can dive into the unique selling points again. Email number 5, last chance for incentive plus FAQs or objection handling. And this is why a dynamic code is important, because if you have a code that says welcome 10, most people know that's not gonna expire, right? So that's why it's kind of important sometimes to have a dynamic code, or at least a static code that looks dynamic, like welcome FR76L or something like that. You know what I mean? It looks dynamic, right? And then email number 6 and beyond, you can dive into more brand product education, and you can use high-performing campaigns you've seen in the past and add them as emails in this specific flow right here. Works really well. Next, we've got another core flow, which is really important. Is obviously the abandoned checkout, or abandoned cart, as Klaviyo calls it, which is nonsense because you've got, I mean, this is kind of besides the point, but there's like 2 main flows here. We've got the abandoned checkout, and then abandoned cart. Those are 2 different flows. Here, I'm talking about the abandoned checkout. But for most people, when people say abandoned checkout, they mean the abandoned cart. So let's keep that in mind, okay? Here, length is 4 to 6 emails. And then essentially the key things to keep in mind here for this flow is you need to tag people. Again, tag people going through this flow right here. Tag them to exclude them from campaigns, and get rid of the tags when they have gone through the entire flow. You can add SMS as well here. If you're dealing with a returning customer, I wouldn't offer a discount on the flow. You can tailor the copy to acknowledge that we know their customers as well. And then instead of like doing discounts for customers or people who already bought from you, you can promote a payment plan or subscription, for example, right? It needs to be at least 4 emails. Don't give percentage or margin too soon, meaning on the first 2 emails. The first 2 emails should be used only as reminders. People get busy because of kids, work, whatever. They don't have the credit card with them, whatever it is. So you don't want to offer a discount right off the bat. You want to do it on the 3rd email and beyond, right? Also, something you can do is conditional split the flow based on high value versus low value card. For low value, you potentially don't want to give them an incentive, mini margin, or a discount code on the 3rd email. You might want to do something like buy now, pay later. For high value, you might want to give them the margin on the 3rd email straight away, right? So content buckets for this flow right here. Email number 1, reminder, pretty straightforward, simple works here. Always remember to use dynamic code blocks, of course. Email number 2, social proof, testimonials, PR, influencers, UGC, brand product, unique selling points and benefits. Email number 3, you can potentially show payment programs, buy now, pay later, or offer discount if a new customer or if high value card, right? Email number 4, you can use a last chance angle for the incentive offer, and then do some FAQs or objection handling here for this 4th email. Finally, another core flow is the post-purchase flow for new and repeat purchasers. So goal here is to reduce buyer's remorse, build hype, increase product enjoyment, upsell, cross-sell, and convert first-time purchasers into repeat purchasers. It can be as long as you want. It really depends on how many things you want to cover here, right? The content buckets, we've got like 2 main things. When the trigger is the place order, email number 1 should be thank you for your purchase, plus send people to your social channels, and then you can wait like 30 minutes or an hour or so. Email number 2, immediate upsell, right? Cross-sell with great offer. So upsell or cross-sell with a great offer with urgency. That way you can increase LTV. And then when the order has been fulfilled, the email, once the order has been fulfilled, is the first email should be about like showcasing success, testimonials, success stories, and what makes your products better than others in the market. That way you can reduce buyer's remorse. Email number 2, provide product education for maximum enjoyment and or for product care. This is going to help your customers get the best possible results with your product, which equals less returns and happy customers. Email number 3, cross-sell, upsell with relevant products. You can use urgency, increase LTV here. That's the main goal. Email number 4, last chance, upsell, cross-sell offer. Main goal is to increase LTV here as well. Email number 5, collect reviews, UGC. You can offer an incentive to further accelerate social proof collection. So if you give us a video testimonials will give you 20% off your next order or something like that, depends on the brand itself. Email number 6 is you can send people to other channels, socials or whatever it is. And then that way you can stay omnipresent in case they churn, which they will. Most people, everybody will churn eventually, right? So you want to stay omnipresent. Email number 7, this is a bonus. You can introduce a referral system. Email number 8, another bonus. You can collect qualitative data for better marketing decisions and product development. So for example, sending a survey to basically collect information that you can utilize then on product development, other like social media paid, CRO, etc. This is extremely valuable information that you can use on other channels. All right. So that's that. Just quick last tips here when it comes to flows is A/B test the first email in welcome and also all the abandoned flows as well. This drives most flow revenue. Actually, most of the revenue will come from the abandoned checkout and welcome series, especially the first email of the welcome and then the first email of the abandoned checkout. So make sure you A/B test the hell out of the first email of those flows and you'll see huge revenue spikes. Second tip is, as I mentioned before, use dynamic codes if you can to create urgency. And finally, personalized copy using zero-party data collection that you capture in the pop-up. Most brands don't do it, so make sure if you want, capture some zero-party data on your pop-ups. So yeah, rebuild your flow strategy from the ground up. If these are not working properly, you'll never unlock consistent backend revenue, all right? Next, we've got stop sending to everyone, start segmenting, all right? Email fatigue is real. If you're blasting your entire list, you're likely burning your best customers and getting poor results. Smart segmentation rules here. Start by sending campaigns to your engaged 30 days. Segments are open or clicked in the last 30 days or something like this. For example, open at least once in the last 30. Well, in this case, it's 180, but please start with 30 days first. And then you can basically expand the time window as you go, as you see your basically open rates improve as well. You can do open or clicked or active on site or checkout started or place order in the last 30 days, and they can receive email marketing. That's a great engage segment right here they can use. And then gradually, as mentioned before, gradually expand to engage 60 days or 90 days, and then up to 180 days if metrics hold strong. And then you should definitely suppress subscribers who have received at least 10 plus emails and have not opened or clicked in the last 6 months. There's no point in having them in your Klaviyo account anymore. And then that way you can reduce your Klaviyo bill as well. All right. Clean your email, your list every month or so. It depends on how big your brand is. It could be like every couple of weeks or so. Use Klaviyo's engagement filters to improve deliverability and campaign results. Better list health equals better open rates equals better revenue. I've got a complete video on segmentation, kind of a masterclass. So if you haven't checked that out, please feel free to do so. It's just packed with value when it comes to segmentation. All right. Next point is send more emails. Or very simple. Underperformance often comes from undersending. Most brands send only one email a week or less and expect major results. This is not how it works, right? Optimal email frequency in our experience is between 2 and 4 emails a week for most e-commerce brands. Mix of educational, promotional, and social content. Use a structured calendar to stay consistent. I've got this document right here that we actually use sometimes with a bunch of ideas that we could just come back to all the time. I'm gonna share these with you on the description box below, and then you can take inspo from this as well. And then also, make sure you have a mix of content between promotional, social proof, educational, and then, from time to time, you can do some offers here and there. All right. Very important to just have an optimal email frequency. Start with 2 emails a week. Watch your engagement and scale up. Don't overthink it. Most brands can at least double the frequency and improve results. So, big tip. Just increase your email frequency. If your content is great, then people will love it and they will expect your emails as well. All right. Next, we've got improved deliverability and engagement metrics. If your open rates across the board for your campaigns are below 25-30%, that's not a content problem. That's 100% a deliverability issue right here. All right. So red flags is declining open rates over time, high unsubscribes or complaints, and high spam rates. What to check? First, are you using a custom sending domain? Is smart sending blocking you from hitting engaged users? Are you on the Google Postmasters tool, which is free, by the way, and that way you can just monitor your IP reputation and sender reputation. So what to do here if in case your sender reputation and just overall deliverability is completely destroyed. First, segment and send smartly. Send more frequently to engage subscribers. That's why it is so important to just go back to my previous point about segmentation. Making sure you send to engage subscribers. Reduce frequency to inactive subscribers or remove them. Separate new versus repeat customers because they need different messaging, all right? A new customer or a prospect needs a different messaging than a new customer. A new customer needs a different messaging than a returning customer, right? Very important to keep that in mind. Second, we've got optimized email content. Keep subject lines clear and relevant. Avoid spammy words like free or act now. Don't send image-only emails. Include a bit of live text so ISPs, Klaviyo, whatever it is, can read your content. Compress images because faster loading times equals better experience, which eventually equals more revenue, right? Third, monitor your deliverability metrics. So use the Google Postmasters tool, as I mentioned before. It monitors the spam complaints and IP reputation. Use the MX toolbox. It checks authentication setup. So DMARC, DKIM, SPF, etc. And then your ESP's Klaviyo's reporting. It tracks engagement by domain as well. You can do that with Klaviyo, which it'll give you an idea on what your open rates are looking like for different domain providers. So for example, Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook. Also, I've got a video, a complete deliverability masterclass that I recorded a couple of weeks ago or so. So feel free to check that out as well. You'll learn everything you need to know about making sure you land in the inbox primary folder as often as you can, all right? So yeah, as I mentioned before, check your Gmail reputation weekly in Google Postmasters tool, which is this right here. It's free and it'll give you great insights. Finally, don't forget about SMS. If you want to make serious money with SMS marketing, make sure you set the following automations up. If you haven't, that might be one of the main reasons why you don't see the performance that you want potentially in your Klaviyo account or whatever ESP you're using. So set up a welcome series with 2 messages, a set abandon, a browse abandon, a card or checkout abandon, however you want to call it, a product back in stock, and then optional, a customer win back. For weekly campaigns, we usually tend to send between 3 and 6 campaigns a month, 4 being the sweet spot and what we usually tend to stick to, right? So once a week for the most part. Since SMS is a more intimate channel, we don't want to bump the frequency as much as we do with emails. SMS campaign ideation is pretty simple as well. Focus on these 3 pillars: product launches, sales, and engaging campaigns. Make your SMS copy extremely concise and clear. Keep it engaging and don't go overboard. As we've mentioned, SMS is very intimate and intrusive, so people don't want to read a novel, right? Keep it light, engaging, and humorous if possible. So if you found value in this video right here, by the way, please consider subscribing to my free newsletter. Ton of value that is shared weekly in there. We've worked with a bunch of different brands for the past 5 years, and then I've got a bunch of stuff to share with you. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in it, please don't forget to drop a like and a comment. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, as I mentioned before, subscribe to my newsletter, great value. Also, if you're an e-commerce brand that needs help with email marketing, feel free to use my calendar link below, in the description box below. I'm going to be more than happy to put together a free audit for you with my team, as well as a specific plan for the next 30 days. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.